What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim, back with another video, and today I want to give you guys my review of Capy's Below. Now, Capybara has been working on this game for what seems like eternity, and it is finally here. The question is, was Below worth this 5 or so year wait? The answer, no, it is not. In my opinion, this is not a great game, and it's really unfortunate because I wanted it to be. And it has the elements of games that I truly love. It has that difficulty of Dark Souls. It has that sense of adventure of the original Zelda, and it has a crafting system very similar to Minecraft in the sense that it's going to take you a while to kind of figure out what items matter, what needs to be collected, and most importantly, how to use them to survive. I'm jumping ahead of myself here because I'm telling you about all the cool things in this game, but you're probably not going to experience most of the things because you're going to get frustrated. And the reason you're going to get frustrated is this game has gone ultra minimalist, and after a 7-minute, I timed it, a 7-minute intro where you slowly see a bird's eye view pan in on a sailboat that crashes into this island where your adventure begins. You are given no other context in the game. You are given no hero name. You are given no sense of quest, no sense of adventure, no sense of anything. There is absolutely no tutorials in the game. And that includes simple things like how to swing your sword, or how to open the menu, or how to sit at a campfire. You have to figure that out on your own. Now, occasionally you'll get a button prompt that pops up that says, like, press A, and you assume that that is actually picking something up. But it turns out you can press A anytime you want, and your character will kneel down and just kind of like pick up nothing. You have to kind of open your inventory to see if you actually pick something up because it's not really clear. It doesn't say like, oh, you picked up tree branch, or oh, you picked up water. It doesn't show you any of that. What ends up happening is the game quickly devolves into a hot mess of these ultra minimalist storytelling elements that just don't piece together well in the way that they should. Now, it is a roguelike survival game, so you're going to die a lot. And when you die, you can work your way back to your previous life and loot yourself to continue on your quest. You can use some of your hard-earned light shards, I guess. They're not named. It's just this unknown currency to basically tune a fire, which allows you to act as a quick travel point for future adventures. You can also store things for your next self in these special storage areas. How do you know what things you need? Well, you just don't. You just kind of look at it and say, oh, I guess I don't need this now. Maybe I'll need it in a couple lives from now. What ultimately happens, though, with this game is it devolves into a very frustrating experience where you're going to die a lot to traps, to enemies, to hunger, to thirst, to bleeding out. And you're not going to really get to explore this exciting world the way that you should. And something that I feel this game really missed is that sense of exploration. Now, you're supposed to be, I assume, going to the bottom of this cave. I don't know why. I never got there because it doesn't tell you. But I didn't really feel the need to press on. As where a game like Dark Souls, which is the gold standard when it comes to these ultra difficult games with a very minimalist story aspect, at least with Dark Souls, you had a sense of purpose. You had an identity. And the game, as difficult as it was, and all these gotchas and hard enemies they put in there and insta-death traps, did reward you for exploring areas by giving you little bits of lore and new NPCs and shortcuts. Well, you're not going to have that sense of exploration and freedom in Below because you're constantly going to be hungry and you're constantly going to be thirsty and you don't have time to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. Now, the game does do this very zoomed out view. Your character is about an inch big on your screen. I know they're doing that for a dramatic effect to really make you feel like you truly are below and alone, and they really want to build up the fact that this is a giant, giant universe and you are insignificant in it. And you're clearly made to feel insignificant in it when you don't make much of an impact on the world around you, when you constantly die to things, just getting chewed up and spit out constantly. The problem is the game just doesn't give you that hook to keep you coming back. And it devolves quickly into a game that's just frustrating and it's a mess with a clumsy inventory management system that you don't know what is worth picking up. You don't even know if you pick up the item sometimes. You don't know what to craft. There's no sense of accomplishment or reward. After you do things repetitively, you slowly start to stumble across it. But who wants to play in a game where there's very minimal music, very minimal graphics, and very little incentive to play other than you go to another level and instead of saying 1 on the screen, it says 2 or 3 or 4. What point are we going at? What are we trying to get to? There's never that next hook that pulls you back in. And it's a really unfortunate thing that this game went so minimal, it made itself insignificant. And for that, I cannot recommend this game. I did not enjoy it. I put in some time on Game Pass. I tried to really just absorb this world and get into it, but it just never sunk for me. And I think that for most people, based on what I'm slowly starting to see trickle out on social media and on Reddit, and Metacritic's been kind of quiet as of now, I think that's the general consensus here. I mean, I may be an outlier. I don't know. But I'm telling you, as a guy who loved those roguelike games, who loves games like Spelunky and Rogue Legacy and Enter the Gungeon and so many of these games I've played, even the minimalist story ones like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where you kind of know things and you kind of don't. Even Neo would fall into this category. Below does none of those things. Below does very little, and in a world where we have games that give you context and give you meaning, Below just can't keep up. If I had to give this game a rating on a scale from 1 until 10, 10 being the best I've ever played, 1 being the worst, I'm going to give Below a 4. And as cool as the graphics are and as cool as that survival element could be, it doesn't reward you enough to make you want to continue playing. And for that, I've already installed it and I'm out. I look forward to looking at videos online to see if there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can't see any reward, or I can't see any silver lining that would make me want to jump back in. It really is that boring and plain and frustrating of a game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about Below. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.